This is a hamburger. This is going to represent our 4 macromolecule model.
All right, my macromolecule was carbohydrates, and this is represented as the bun of our model. Carbohydrates are created, glucose is the monomer of carbohydrates, and to create disaccharides and polysaccharides, carbohydrates go through the process of dehydration synthesis. This is where a hydrogen atom and a hydrogen and oxygen atom from two monosaccharides come off, and that forms an oxygen bond. In the body, to break down your starches and polysaccharides, hydrolysis occurs, and hydrolysis is the process that the body uses to break down the sugar by adding the water back into it. So this causes a break in the molecules and allows the body to break down the sugar.
I used a burger patty to represent the protein macromolecule. This macromolecule uses dehydration synthesis to combine, to combine a monomer and a chain of monomers by removing an oxygen, hydrogen, and a hydrogen, and combines them here because it's taking out a water, so H2O is water. And the opposite is true for hydrolysis. To put these back to split apart a polymer. And some foods that are good for you with protein are peanut butter, fish, almonds, or beans. And some bad foods include sausage, bacon, and so on, like red meats. Our atoms are represented with these beads, and your body uses proteins to build and repair tissues. Proteins are also used to make enzymes, hormones, and other body chemicals.
So, I had lipids as my macromolecule. I used mayonnaise and cheese to represent this in our burger. So, a lipid molecule starts off with a glycerol backbone, and when it wants to become a monomer, you'll have a fatty acid chain that comes in, and it uses the dehydration synthesis to remove a water molecule to make something bigger, and this would be a monomer. If you wanted, this would be an example of unsaturated fat, but if you wanted it to be saturated fat, the chain would be straight. A polymer would then be the same process over and over for the last 3 chains, where the water molecules would be removed to make a polymer. Once the macromolecule is in the body, it uses hydrolysis to make the molecule digestible. The water comes back in and it breaks apart the fatty acid to be absorbed by the body. Different types of food that have this are milk, cheese, butter, avocados, and nuts. And lipids are used as insulation for the body and an energy source.
My macromolecule is represented by the tomato and lettuce. It is known as the nucleic acid. A nucleic acid is a complex organic substance found both in DNA and RNA, whose molecules consist of many nucleotides linked together in a long chain. Examples is DNA and RNA. Function is to hold the genetics for all living organisms and determine traits. It also holds information for cells to perform the different functions. It's made of a nitrogenous base, deoxyribose sugar, and phosphate. The nitrogenous bases connect through hydrogen bonds and create code for DNA molecules. So this is a nucleotide. It's a monomer of a nucleic acid, and they connect through the base pair, which is right here inside the double helix, through a hydrogen bond, and create what is known as DNA, and that's a polymer of nucleic acid. These nucleic acids can be found in foods such as fish, beans, nuts, spinach, mushrooms, eggs, and many other fruits and vegetables. Okay, ready? Nucleic acids are broken down through DNA replication. The broken down nucleotides group together to form new cells for the body.